Gotta get in the mojo. So just straight face. Gotta. Oh God, I haven't done this in so long.
No, it's
gonna
fine.
take a minute. It's gonna take some research.
Okay.
All right.
This is our intro. Fuck it. This is our intro.
No.
This is our intro now. We've already scuffed it. It's too funny. All right, just go ahead.
What's going on? Fucking welcome back, fucking everybody. Welcome back to me, showing face once again. It's been a minute. And you may be kind of confused. Shit's a little different. This guy, yeah. So this is Justin. He is now the
co-host. I'm the co-host. I'm the new co-host.
He's He's the new co-host. Unfortunately, Zach is gone. I wouldn't say it was a falling out, but it just wasn't. I guess he just didn't enjoy it anymore. We just couldn't. I don't know. It just didn't work out. Shit happens. It's life. So, but we're back, brand new. A few changes are coming. We've got a new Discord. Got a new co-host. It's gonna be us two from now on. We're really stepping up our game. It's. I don't know if you noticed, but we got a new background. Shit's on. We're running this shit, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll jump right into the alcohol and then we'll fucking continue with that. But today we're doing rum. For me, I'm doing Bamboo Rum Company.
And I'm doing Parrot Bay Caribbean rum with natural coconut flavors, produced by Parrot Bay Rum Co.
Yeah, so the one I got is 35% alcohol, rum with natural flavors, the original. An authentic Caribbean legend, Bamboo is blended from fine Barbados rum and hand-selected spices that evoke the rich and colorful history of the West Indies. Bamboo reveals its heritage and craftsmanship with every sip. Yep, product of Barbados.
So, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck, I forgot my cubes.
Mine is 21% alcohol, 42 proof. So not on the strong end of alcohol, but definitely in like a good comfort zone if you're not much of a drinker. Much like myself, I don't really drink too often. So this is kind of right up my alley. And I'm actually going to be mixing mine with Sprite. I know Malibu and Sprite kind of go well together, so I kind of figured, fuck it, Parrot Bay, why not, right?
I had to get my cubes.
Oh, you're good.
I want to drink this one. I want to sip this one cold, so let's get the initial pop. Fuck, this is always the worst.
It's about a shot and a half's worth. I'm not going to drink too much today. Again, I'm not much of a drink. Well, sorry, I'm going to drink a fair bit. But I'm not going to drink.
You're going to get drunk
quickly. I'm not going to drink quickly.
I mean, that's not what we do here. We don't drink quickly. We just get drunk. As long as we're drunk by the end, that's where we're at.
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
Or oh yeah.
That's a little more than a 50-50, but we'll take it.
Throw that cork back in. Oh yeah, dude.
That cork sounds really nice.
Ooh, we can smell the spice. I don't know how to explain that.
This the Sprite actually smells really well, like blends really well with the coconut in this. It like the smell wise, it actually smells very pleasant.
Oh my god.
I don't taste the alcohol in that. I'm sorry to cut you off. I do not taste the alcohol.
I think I just found my new favorite rum.
There it is. You did. Explain it, dude. Tell me about it.
It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like the flavor. Like there's a lot of fucking flavor. You can taste the barrel and shit. You can taste the spices. It's nothing like, I would not mix this with shit. This is any whiskey I drink it fucking on the rocks or straight. And this is something you don't want to fucking mix. This is not for a cocktail. This is meant fucking straight.
Yeah.
Into your mouth, out of the bottle.
Yeah. This definitely it
goes down smooth.
Nice. This tastes like it could be mixed, but it also tastes like it could kind of be drinking straight on the rocks. Probably more preferable straight on the rocks, but I'm a pussy when it comes to drinking, so I like to mix drinks. Hell yeah.
I'm a straight guy. That is really fucking good.
Well,
Flavor
um,
wise, I'm gonna let's rate them. Flavor wise compared to all of the other whiskeys. I mean, for the rum category, honestly though, I haven't had a lot of rum. Captain Morgan is like the most known rum out there.
yeah.
I mean, this is a good like 8.5. Like
Damn.
high up there,
That's
dude. This
high
is
up there.
really good.
Um, I would say Parrot Bay. I might not be doing it any pleasure mixing it with Sprite, but I'm not going to try and deduce that in any way. I can still taste the alcohol a little bit. The coconut really is pungent. So if you're not a fan of coconut, maybe kind of steer away from this.
And
But
that's a clear rum too.
yeah, it's very
White rum.
clear. It's
Yeah.
white. It's clear. But I'd probably give this a middle of the road, about 5, 6, roughly.
Okay.
Kind of middle of the road.
About
It's not
five and a
bad.
half. You want to say
Well,
5.5? Yeah.
5.5. Yeah, we'll say 5.5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Pretty solid.
All right. That's
Hell
a
yeah.
mixer right there. But yeah, this is if you're like me and you're fucking like whiskey connoisseur. Like I don't know everything, of course, about liquor and shit or alcohol. Period. I'm not a fucking fanatic. I mean, I am a fanatic. I just don't do the research I should be doing. But if you're into drinking straight rum, straight whiskeys, all that kind of shit, absolutely run fucking to your liquor store, find this shit, look it up on Google. Again, it's Bamboo Rum Company, the original. Bamboo, the original.
Hell yeah.
It is really fucking good, and it's a cool ass bottle too. Definitely gonna put that on my fucking shelf on my bar. Let it
Yeah.
sit there.
Well, Michael, I have a question for you.
What's up?
What the fuck has taken so long about all this? Why has Hangover Hotline? I'm speaking from the perspective of the viewers and the
Okay.
listeners here. What the fuck has taken so long for Hangover Hotline to actually come around?
Yeah. So basically, I think it was November. It was around November, early December. Where Zach and I kind of have our not. I mean, we don't have any hard feelings. Like we're super fucking. We're still good friends and everything. We just hit a point where like, you know what, no more. Like he's out. He doesn't want to do it anymore. And it took me a while to kind of like be like, fuck. I wanted to find somebody else to do the podcast with. I was still super about it. But I just wanted to take it slow and be, I guess, careful. And so then I started asking around, and then Justin here was literally sitting in my pocket. Fucking, we've been brothers, I would say, since we were like 5, 6 years old. We grew up together.
Yeah.
We talk constantly, and he was a part of Zach and I's podcast. He was actually in one of them on the hotline once, and which it went horrible.
We're not going to talk about that episode.
Yeah, it was really bad. And he was actually gonna help with the podcast and like make clips and like post on TikTok and do that kind of shit with us. And right when he was getting going and he was like, all right, let's fucking do it. I'm in. He wanted a part of it and we stopped. And I was thinking, I remember going to your house earlier this year or something. And I saw a whiteboard that he had that still had a Hangover Hotline stuff on it that was just sitting in the corner collecting dust because, it's dead. And I was like, it took me a minute, but I realized, like, what if I ask him if he wants to be the new, co-host, Mikey and Justin's fucking podcast? And I was like, why didn't I ever fucking think of that? The second I asked him, he was like, yep. Yeah. And I was like, God damn it. Like, fucking, I don't know.
Well, let me
didn't fucking ask this.
I don't mean to cut you off there, but let me stop you there. It partially wasn't his fault. When he asked me, there was a fair bit hesitation from my end. When he asked me, it wasn't an immediate like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do this. It was more so I hesitated for probably about a month. I think you asked me in February, like late January, early February.
Yeah.
And when he initially came to me with the offer and asked me, I just kind of told him, let me think about it. I wasn't too sure if it was something I wanted to put like a lot of my time and investment into. Because at the end of the day, I didn't want to like say yes, but half-ass it, right? Because at the end of the day, I wanted to give the viewers and the listeners at home something that would, like actually keep them wanting to come back in replace of Zach. Because I know Zach was a very like likable guy. Zach is definitely. I'm not like as friends with him like you are, Mikey, and but I definitely think he is a great guy. He's a good friend. I've talked to him a few times. We did that episode. Absolutely great. He's funny. I just hope that I could hold a candle to what he gave you guys in terms of like the likeness that came out of him, the character. But I knew that, 50% wasn't going to cut it. Bless you. I knew 50% wasn't going to cut it. But, eventually I came around and said, all right, yeah, I'm in. Let's go. And from there, it was more so kind of like getting everything ready. I didn't have a webcam. I didn't have a green screen. I didn't have a
Yeah, so
lights,
this
nothing.
took a lot of prepping, and we both wanted to ensure, which Justin here, he's done. Oh my god, like I don't want y'all to like diss on him or anything. For
Go
thinking
ahead, diss on me.
he took over. No, no, no. Like no, I'm saying the opposite. I don't want y'all to think he took over something that Zach created because he has put a lot of work into the podcast since I've brought him on, and he's been pushing me. I mean, I've slacked quite a few times, and he's been like, "No, we got to fucking do this shit." He's fucking finding a background. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's setting meetings up. So it's like, he's put in the fucking work, and I mean, he's like, I would say a perfect match because
Well, thank you.
we're gonna have fucking arguments, like
Yeah.
we're gonna fucking get onto each other, like we're gonna disagree with a lot of shit, but at the end of the
We
day, like we're
we
gonna
always have.
fucking we're gonna push this shit till the end for sure. So I'm super excited. I'm super thrilled to fucking get rolling on this shit, and we're gonna be popping out, starting out 2 episodes a month. Because as you guys know, I stream on Twitch 2 straight weeks of a month. So half of the month I'm streaming, half of the month I'm doing podcast stuff and YouTube. So which will be linked down below. Same with Justin. He also streams on Twitch. It'll be down below, or it'll be popping up in this corner over here.
One of
What side
these
I'm going to be on.
corners.
It'll be popping up. Y'all will see it. Definitely check both of us out on Twitch. Definitely check out the Discord as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
we're ready. We're ready to do Discord too. So if you think you're already in our Discord, they'll we'll jump in the Discord and put an invite link in there too if you're already in that one for the new Discord. So um, we're gonna be very active, very active. Basically, is what I'm saying. So
Um,
excited.
to jump in real quick, I think what also kind of took a little bit of time was when we actually finally did get everything for like my webcam, my green screen, everything set up. It was more so trying to figure out the path we wanted to take Hangover Hotline.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to just do the same thing that Zach and you did. I kind of wanted to add something that would fit me better. Because Zach and I aren't exactly parallel as far as characters. He's more outgoing and stuff like that, whereas I'm more quiet and kind of introverted in a way. My mic was really quiet, so we had to figure out settings like that. Um, a webcam looked like shit, so we had to figure that out. And I'm not like a technical person. I'm not great with technology. So that really took probably a couple weeks as well, more time than it really should have. Um, as well as like we have a whole Google Doc full of like things that we sat down for a couple days and nights just
Yeah.
typing out on things that we have planned for the future, things that we kind of want to do now, and stuff that we still have in there that we're not even gonna do. We've already scrapped it and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It was more so just like trying to take
Planning.
Hangover Hotline from what it was and trying to elevate it more into what it could actually be and still give it room to grow. Is I think why it took so long for us was just trying to figure out that new path we wanted to take.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And I mean that's what took so long is really the planning of it. We wanted to ensure that our minds, maybe the setup isn't perfect. There may be some settings we may need to fix here and there with cams and this and that, but it's really just like what is Hangover Hotline now, right? We've learned some stuff and something that I've actually been thinking about fucking because I listen to podcasts myself. I don't know if any of y'all listen to Full Send podcast, the Nelk Boys, but I've been listening to them lately. And they have some pretty big people on as guests. And Justin's over there dying right now. You good, fam?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm muted.
Yeah. And so something that's really stuck out to me, something that I've realized too, is with Full Send podcast is I fucking love them to death. I love the Nelk Boys. I watched their videos my entire deployment that I was on about a year ago. And
Oh, boys are good.
the thing that the thing that fucks me over with their podcast is that it's all politics. They had Donald Trump on their podcast, which is sick as fuck.
Yeah.
But every podcast I've listened to, it has politics in it. And something huge about this podcast is I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a United States Marine. So I can't talk about politics, which is bad, but at the same time, kind of sets up Hangover Hotline to something that we can push is the podcast that has nothing to do with politics.
Yeah.
We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about Russia, Ukraine, the president, governor stuff, Florida, none of it. We don't talk about it because one, I can't. And for two, it's a some people don't want to hear fucking politics. And this is a good place to go, the perfect place to go. If you're in a podcast and you don't want anything to do with politics, you'll never hear politics here. You never will.
Yeah.
So,
And plus, as well as like, I'm not like a political person. I'm not like, not trying to be that type of person. You're not trying to be that type of person. We're just two bros who play video games, like to drink, have fun, spend time with our
mhm.
families. You know, that's us. We're not about that. We're not trying to get Donald Trump on a podcast or anything like that. No disrespect to the people who are political podcasts and stuff like that. There definitely is a huge and growing market for it, but that's not us, unfortunately. And if you want this, hell yeah, join in. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the fucking bell.
Yeah,
Um,
and we'll be on YouTube if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Wherever you're listening to, we're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. I
are
think
we
there's
on
some other
Apple?
places. Yeah, well, we
Okay,
should be.
I was gonna
This is
say.
again the first one, so it's gonna be spread fucking everywhere. Um, make sure you check us. Jump in Discord. Discord is the place to go whenever we start the hotline up. Um, it'll be probably the next episode. We'll have a guest or something, but we're gonna like play with it as well. Figure out the perfect fucking I guess algorithm for the podcast on guests, callers, all that kind of good shit. If you want to be in a podcast, it's so fucking easy. If you want to be in an episode, just jump in the Discord. We'll put a notification out of when we're recording, and then you just jump into the fucking red carpet waiting room type slash voice chat, whatever, in the Discord. And then once we're ready, we'll just drag the next person in and you'll be a part of the fucking podcast. You'll be a
Um,
caller. So
it's not something that we're gonna plan to do right away. I don't think the next podcast or even the one after. I don't think we're gonna do it. However, we are actively trying to work on like figuring out how we want to do it. Um, I don't want to leak anything yet because it's not perfect. We're still gonna fine tune it and tweak it in the coming days. But definitely do join the Discord. It still is a work in progress. I'm not great with Discord, and I'm pretty much the only one trying to work on it right now. As I have Mikey. Well, I have Mikey doing other things to help out, like the editing, trying to teach me how to edit and stuff like that, because I also don't know how to do any of that. When it comes to YouTube, I'm very naive. I'm more of a Twitch person. I'm a streamer. So when it comes to like editing and trying to do all that stuff, I'm nothing. This guy
yeah.
is a million times better than me. So for the most part, that's why I'm trying to work on the Discord, because I do know a little bit about that. And I'm not great, but I'm still trying to learn little by little. So it's not perfect when you do join, but over time we'll try and make it better, and just hopefully make it a place where people can come in, have fun, and just chill out, drink, shoot the shit, play games, make friends, do whatever you want to do.
Yep. Yep. That's what it's about. Yeah. So expect us to be back full time. We'll be very active in the Discord too. So if y'all want to jump in there, chat, whatever the deal is, if y'all have any recommendations, fucking let us know. If you want us to talk about something specific, uh, we'll definitely fucking look at, or we'll probably make a channel with wanted topics for stuff, stuff that y'all want us to talk about, whether it's video games, um, I don't know what the military's like, what fucking what's our favorite liquors, drinks, whatever the deal is. This podcast, it's based around alcohol, because every single episode we're gonna be drinking, and by the end of it, we should be drunk. Right? That's the point of it. To take every single episode is gonna be a different alcoholic beverage, of our choice. It's never gonna be. We rarely will drink the same thing, and by that I mean like both of us drink the same exact beer, the same exact rum, whiskey, whatever it is. Um, so it's gonna be a lot of that, but it's not gonna be based solely around alcohol. We're gonna talk about all kinds of shit. So definitely jump in there. Let us know what topics you want us to go over, what you want us to talk about. If you have any recommendations for how to make the podcast better, fucking let us know. We're learning as we're growing, so yeah, pretty excited about that. But since we're on the topic of new and Justin's pale ass being here now, um, why don't you tell them who the fuck is Justin, and where do you come from? What's your
Um,
occupation? Are you virgin? All the good stuff.
yes, yes, no, and yes. Hi, I'm Justin. I've been Mikey's brother, fucking hell, for years. We met in what, the first grade? Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, first grade.
second maybe.
No, I think it was first. No, yeah, it was either first or second.
We're about like 5, 6.
Yeah, something like that.
6.
Uh, and when he was in the same class as me, we just, we bonded. He lived down the street from me. That's how pretty much we met. We were in the same class. I grew up in Georgia. I was born in Louisiana, but my family moved to Georgia when I was 1, and we pretty much lived
Oh,
here.
that's where the crab bowls are at, bro. That's where
Yeah.
the good food's at.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
the
stick
most
it to
part.
my bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. Um, I grew up here pretty much my whole life. That's me. There's not much to me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm white and pale. I spend all my day inside. I work.
Redheaded.
Yeah, I'm redheaded.
Yeah.
I work fast food. I really
Man
don't.
bun.
Yeah, I don't do a whole lot. I stream on Twitch occasionally. That's about it. I'm a very boring person. I'm like I said, the complete polar opposite of Zach.
You can be exciting at times.
Sometimes.
The one thing that I hate the most about him is he's not a fucking alcoholic like I am.
Yeah.
I love alcohol. I don't drink every day. I'm not an actual alcoholic. All right. I only drink on the weekends. Sometimes not every fucking no, it's every weekend. But basically, you know, um, that's one of the things I'm hoping I can change with this podcast is for him to get more comfortable with alcohol, not to the sense of him drinking his life away, but to the sense of him being intrigued and wanting to drink. There we go. Oh fuck.
Oh God, no.
Damn it. That's one of the things.
I will. I can finish chugging this.
I can't wait for us to do the Four Loco special. Maybe Edward 40 hands again. Yeah, so we're gonna enjoy. We're
The
gonna
rest of
definitely enjoy this.
sorry, the rest of that was actually surprisingly smooth going down.
He's got to chase it. Mm. But yeah, that's definitely something sick. But yeah, I was talking about something before we started.
We're already.
I gotta-
getting buzzed.
Yeah, I'm buzzed. Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
What are we? Fucking 20 minutes in. Nice.
Hell yeah.
So, basically, yeah. So I got a text right before we started
Oh
recording.
yeah.
It was a very strange text. So, just so y'all are full aware of me and my personal life. I'm a sergeant in the Marine Corps. And basically, I was up at, I don't know if y'all know anything about all of it. I'm just going to talk. I'm not going to spend too much time on explaining it. But I was in my first sergeant's office with my gunny, which is my PSD first sergeant, and then my master sergeant, and then a corporal. And we were just hanging out, talking and shit. And I was looking at the date, and I was like, 7 more days. And he was like, seven more days to what? The corporal. And I was like, oh, until Twitch pays me. And he was like, Twitch pays you? You stream? And I was like, yeah, I stream on Twitch. And he was like, what do you stream? I was like, Rust. And he was like, no shit. And he was like, dude, that's an insane fucking game. He was like, how do you play that? I could never imagine it. And my gunny and my master sergeant were like, Rust, what is that? And then he went into explaining it. And they're like, how much are they paying you? And I was like, 1,400. And they're like, I'm sorry, what? And I was like, yeah, $1,400. And they're like, for playing a video game live. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, I've never even heard of Twitch. I was like, yeah. I mean, your generation doesn't know what that is. Which these
Yeah.
guys, been in the Marine Corps for about 20 years, 15, 20 years type shit. So they're older, much older. So I was like, yeah, they're like, you made $1,400 in what time frame? And I was like, a month. And they're like, $1,400 to play a video game. I was like, yeah, 9-year-old stole his mommy's credit card and donated me $1,400. And they're like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, dude. Yeah. 9-year-old donated me $1,400. Like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, that's fucking insane. I was like, I have a podcast too. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, I got a podcast, YouTube, and Twitch. And they're like, they were like, we never fucking knew this. Like, what? And I was like, yeah, dude. Yeah, full time. While I'm home, I'm doing that shit. They're like, damn, you're busy as
Yeah.
fuck then. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not a lazy person. I like to be active. I like to do shit. So it
Mm,
was pretty shocking. But the text I received was from my mass sergeant, which is an E7 in the Marine Corps. The
yeah.
highest rank is an E8. So he's my boss, right?
Yeah.
Super cool dude. But he randomly texted me right as we started recording and said, hey, what's that survival game you play? Just out of nowhere. And that's not a normal text from your higher ups. Like, it's like if you're working at, like, Justin, let's say in that world, so you work in a fast food, you're the main manager at your restaurant, right? That's my position. I'm the main manager at a restaurant, and someone from corporate that I occasionally talk to about how the restaurant's going sends me a text after having a short conversation with me the day before. Hey, what video game is that? It's super strange, super. I was like, damn. I was like, I was not
Yeah.
expecting that because I know he plays COD and shit.
Yeah.
He plays COD and stuff, but he's not like a big gamer. He's not a PC gamer. So
Yeah.
it was pretty, it threw me for a loop.
Yeah,
So,
that would have definitely threw me for a loop as well if I
yeah.
randomly received a text from my boss's boss saying, "Hey, what game is that you play?"
Yeah, but
Definitely.
that's a great thing about the Marine Corps too, though. Is like he's not. I won't say it's different than the civilian world because um us being in this gun club together makes us closer. Um,
Yeah.
so like he's my boss, but at the same time, like if I tell him like, hey, what you're requesting from me, I don't agree with, he'll let me he'll let me explain, or he'll be like, okay, and then I'll explain. He'll be like, all right, yeah, you're right. So it's very, I don't know how to explain it. It's very good. It's nice, especially in the position I'm at now.
Yeah.
Being an E5, it's a lot easier to talk to higher ups like that. So
Yeah. I remember when you were still in Paris Island, just shortly after you had got out of basic and you had finished schooling. I remember how much you had said that it sucked trying to get to talk to like higher ups about issues and stuff. So it's funny to
oh
see
yeah,
that
yeah,
like flip flop now where like your boss
oh
is
yeah,
like a relatively good friend of yours, but he's still your boss at the end of the day. So it's funny to see that flip flop, and actually
yeah,
I am very happy to see that it is kind of working out in your favor now, especially more in the long run. Um, I
yeah.
never really.
I
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I never really when I was a junior Marine, right? It's you got to work your way up. It's like any other job. In my position, I've been in for 6 years. I feel like I'm in a corporate, normal civilian job because I'm used to it. But then I think back, if I look at the big picture and I really look at myself in the mirror, it's like, wait a minute, I am the main person in charge of 2,000 guns and millions of dollars worth of weapons, ammunition, and inventory of gear. And I also have 6 Marines under me that I am specifically in charge of that I have to take care of like children because they are fucking children at times. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but it's like, damn, it's one of those things where you step back, you're like, come a long fucking way. It is crazy. Um, which is why, back in the day, anybody that asked me, like, um, what do you think about me joining the Marine Corps? I would have told them, fuck no, run, do not join. And now I'm actually this year I'm in zone for reenlistment again,
Oh yeah.
and I gotta make the decision whether I want to make this a retirement plan and stay in for a full 20 years and retire at 38 years old and live from 38 on, um, without having to work, you know, completely retiring. So it's like,
Yeah, that's a tough decision. Honestly,
yeah,
that's really tough.
it really is. Because now it's at the stage of like, if I do, I'll be in for 12 years by the time I get out again, or I have the chance to reenlist again, and that's over halfway mark for
Yeah.
retirement.
And
So it's
that's
like,
and like on one hand, it's like, yeah, you have that stability of like, you know that as long as you realistically never fuck up at your job, you're going to have a job. Like as long as you don't do
mhm.
anything really illegal or anything that'll get you kicked out, you're going to have a job regardless. You have that
Yeah, for
contract.
me, Yeah, for me to get to lose my job in the Marine Corps since we're contracted, I can't quit. I can't put in a 2 weeks notice, right?
Yeah.
Which is why in this situation of me having to reenlist or having the option to, it's like, do I want to devote 4 years without having a choice again? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is really easy for me to lose my job in my MOS, the job that I do work in,
Yeah.
because it's guns and ammo. If I lose a round, I could ruin my career. One single round, if it disappears, I could ruin my career. If a weapon is unaccounted for and it gets taken out of the armory when it wasn't supposed to, that's my career gone. So it's like it is a big thing.
The double-edged sword, I think they call that.
Yeah, definitely. But if any of y'all are thinking about joining the military or the Marine Corps now, in the stage I'm at, yeah, dude, absolutely. Especially if you want to kickstart your life, or if you don't know what you're doing and you want something that's um, stressful, but you have a guaranteed check, and it's really hard to ruin it, and it's really hard to not be accepted to stay in, especially at peacetime. Um, it's definitely the way to go for sure.
Yeah. From an outsider's perspective, from what it seems like, the first 4 years is hell. I'm always going to be hell. You're gonna hate
Absolutely.
it. The next 2 years after that could be a 50-50. You're either gonna like it really much or
Yeah.
you're gonna hate it a lot.
So imagine it as your first 4 years. It's your first enlistment. So you're still learning the entire time. No matter what, you're always learning while you're in the military. But your first 4 years is everyone above you that's already reenlisted or has been in longer than you are gonna look at you and be like, "This guy is nothing," right? Once you hit that second enlistment as a non-commissioned officer, you're in charge of Marines. Any higher ups, anyone that you meet that know that it's your second enlistment, because you can only be a sergeant if you've re-enlisted already. Um, Anyone that you run into, they know that you had what it took to re-enlist, so they treat you as a grown ass adult. Your first 4 years, you're not
Yeah.
gonna be treated like an adult. You're gonna be treated like a child, and that's just how it is. Um, so your second enlistment is usually 90% of the time better. The only time it's not better is if you have a bad command, or if you have higher ups that don't see it that way. Uh,
Yeah.
it just kind of depends, but usually 9 times out of 10, it's definitely better your second enlistment, and you'll end up wanting to stay in. Because now I also have a reenlistment bonus potentially. So if I do reenlist, that's 20 grand in my pocket, and then if I do an SDA, which is a special duty assignment, which I'll be doing combat instructor, um, then that could also have an incentive. I'll stay here where I'm at now, and I'll get potentially another 20 grand in my pocket. So that's 40 grand
Oh
that I'd
yeah.
be able to pocket just from
Yeah.
saying, yeah, sure, I'll do this. So Definitely cool. Definitely cool.
Yeah, well, that's what's up, dude. Yeah, from my perspective, I remember your first 4 years being really ass. Your next 2 years getting better, but not much. Um, I
It's
never really
stressful.
had, yeah, I never really had an incentive to join the military. Um, never, never really my thing. As I got older, when I was younger, yeah, I think most kids kind of want to follow that route. Um, but like as I got older, I never really was like, yay, military. I remember you especially weren't. You were kind of like on the fence for a while there.
No,
At
yeah.
first, you were like, yeah, let's do it, and then you were kind of like, well, maybe not.
I like drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's like
yeah,
it's not for everybody for sure. I mean, it definitely is a different world. You have to have a shaved face every single day. You cannot grow past a mustache, and 9 times out of 10, if you do, it's either a porn stash or a Hitler stash. So it's like no facial hair. You always have to have a haircut. Get a haircut every 2 weeks, which is nice. You're super.
you're
They turn
always
you into a
trimmed.
professor.
Yeah, you're always trimmed.
They turn you into a professional. They make you look professional. They make you act professional, and it definitely sets your life up. If you only do 4 years, it sets you up. It definitely does. Plus, you get college credits. Um, I've I've basically gone through college, with all the training I've had. I have plenty of credits and shit. It's definitely a life setter. So, um,
Oh yeah.
but but yeah, yeah.
Well, I do want to kind of shift tides a little bit. Not much. I want to take you back to about first or second grade.
Oh
You
fuck,
walk into class for
fast.
the first
Yeah.
time.
Ugh.
You
Fuck.
see me, and you think, "Fucking bitch, dude! Like this guy." What do you like? What were your initial thoughts? Do you
No,
even
I
remember? Because I remember my
no.
initial thoughts about you.
No, I don't. I don't. I truly
You
don't.
that's fair.
I remember being a child and spending the night at your house, pissing in your bed, and then telling your mom I don't feel good, and then walking home in the snow. I remember that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
also remember that.
yeah. Of course you do, because I pissed in your fucking bed.
Yeah, I was pretty upset about that. I don't know why I stayed friends with you for a while.
I was well. I mean, I was a child, bro. I didn't know what the fuck I was. I was embarrassed. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't
I
want to tell his mommy I pee peed
what
in his bed.
what is one of your like earliest memories that you and I have? Because honestly, chat, fucking, I'm streaming again. Honestly, guys, I don't think you guys realize we've been friends for so long. We could do probably like 4 or 5 whole podcasts talking about our life.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
I kind of want to use this to kind of pick his
Uh,
brain on some of the earlier memories. Do you have
fuck.
any? Do you remember any?
So,
Because
oh yeah, I have plenty.
I remember a fair bit, especially from
I
early on.
remember multiple points. One is me pissing in your bed. Two is me getting yelled at by your mom at the dinner table for kicking or like swinging my legs while we're eating.
Yeah.
I remember playing Halo in your living room. I remember playing with, oh my god, the fights we used to have when we were kids, playing Monopoly or
Yeah.
Life in his room, and he would cheat. He would
Yes,
cheat
yeah, I
at
was
the
that guy.
fucking
I
game, and
yeah,
I called him out.
I was
And
always
this
that guy.
motherfucker was like, "You bit," and like we start fucking
Oh,
punching each other,
we'd go
full
at
on
it.
swinging,
Yeah.
and like, oh my god, playing. I remember you had um the WWE
The
ring
spinner
fucking
belt. The
no,
spinner
the whole
belt was
set. You had the whole
oh
set. You
yeah.
had the ring and everything, dude. I
Yeah.
remember us fighting and you being like, I knocked you out. I'm like, no, you didn't. And
Yeah.
then I get up and like jump off the thing, be like, you're dead now. I'm the Undertaker. And he's like,
Yeah.
we'd fight over
Yeah.
that. It was but that was like mostly good memories.
Yeah.
Absolutely best memory. I
I
remember
think
him remember I remember the first time when
I
we
was
got an Xbox.
oh
You
yes.
got an Xbox and
I was just about to
we
talk about that.
we were playing COD, Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
And we got into a game. This was before we connected the Wi-Fi to the fucking Xbox.
Yeah.
We
It's just
loaded up
us.
a game, thought we were online, and we put it was us versus bots, dude. And we thought it was with actual players, and we were
We
fucking
were
murdering them.
We thought we were hot shit
We
killing
were
these
like,
like
"Oh,
easy
dude, we're the
buds.
best. This is our first time playing, and we are fucking destroying, dude. We're meant to be gamers." Oh, it was the funniest shit.
POV, this is us. Oh, we're killing these fucking kids. Oh, chat,
Yep,
we're
yep.
killing these kids.
Mm.
That was us circa like fucking what was that like? What year was that?
2007,
Fuck.
2008.
So yeah,
No, it was like
I wanted to say 2008, 2009 maybe.
no, was it the no? It was the Xbox 360 though.
Yeah, it was the
When
360.
did the 360 come out?
I have no clue. Fuck.
Let
God.
me look that
We're
up.
reaching that point in our age. We're 24 now. We're reaching that point in our age where we're like, oh, that wasn't that long ago. Oh shit, that was '08. That's how long ago?
Oh, the 360 was released in 2005.
Yeah, the 360 was like,
Oh yeah,
I thought it was like '06, '07, but yeah.
I thought it was released in like 2010 or some shit.
Oh,
Holy.
no. Because the Xbox One was released in what, like 2012, 2013?
It was.
Something like that.
Holy fuck, dude.
Maybe 14 if I could just be terribly wrong.
The first PC was released
Fuck
in
it,
like
at this year,
95?
at this point I'm just counting the years. 13, 14, 15, 16, it's one of those years.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that was definitely fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the time that whenever my grandpa bought me the little Yamaha 50 dirt bike,
Yeah.
and the first time you rode it, you drove it. He didn't know how to turn.
I didn't know how to turn.
Drove it straight into my woods, and there was like a ramp made out of dirt or some shit.
Yeah,
just in
that's
the
what it
woods.
was.
We didn't make it. It was a natural ramp, and he
Yeah.
took that bitch, went straight between two trees, and landed.
Yeah.
We couldn't see him. My dad and I rushed over.
And I'm just
he was
laying
just like-
there.
He was laying there like he was dead, and we're like, huh. I don't remember if you cried or anything, but it was. Oh my God.
I probably did. I ain't gonna lie. I cried a lot when I was a kid. I probably.
You cried whenever we fought.
I think one of the funniest
Probably
memories.
did.
One of the funniest memories, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say this, and you're immediately gonna laugh. Baseball.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
When we were,
you and my dad.
yeah, we were sitting in your front yard, and your dad
Yep.
was like, "Be careful not to, hit this and break any
Yep.
windows or anything." And we're hitting it. We're not hitting anything. Your dad takes the bat, and the first swing he has, he breaks a fucking window. We died laughing. I think we died for probably
Oh my
like
God.
3 days with laughter afterwards, just laughing at your dad because it was
Oh
so
my
funny.
God.
Your dad is
Oh.
naturally one of the funniest people I think I've ever met. Honestly, anything that guy does is
Yeah,
Just-
he is hilarious.
perfect comedically timed. It's
I
incredible.
would absolutely love to have him on the pod, but
Yes,
but
he's
this
unhinged.
dude can say yes. He is unhinged as fuck. He's not racist. He's not offensive
No.
or anything, but he will say some real hood rat shit.
He'll say
he
some
will
shit
say-
that makes you question his his mental. Honestly,
Yeah. And he also like fucking he's political, so like
Yeah.
if he drink, which he'll be drink, he's a fucking drinker.
he
And
is an
he will-
alcoholic.
He will say something that we tell him not to fucking say.
Yes.
It's hilarious, but it's something which he can say political things. I just can't comment on it. So if somebody comes in here and says something political, I just can't comment. But
Yeah.
we're trying to steer away from politics. So, but
Yeah.
I will absolutely talk to him. We will have him on at one point. We can't not, but
Yeah,
there will be a lot of cuts
yeah.
or a lot of bleeps, a lot of fucking.
I was gonna say I don't want to make a lot of cuts. I think it'd probably be better if we just maybe bleeped them or like maybe just drop the
Yeah,
audio
yeah.
level for that entire area. But yeah, dude, your dad is I think hands down probably the funniest guy, and it's not like it's a forced funny. It's just he's very naturally funny. Anything that
yeah.
you give him, he'll try and make you laugh. If you just meet him, he's gonna try and go out of his way to make like a funny introduction. That's just
Absolutely.
that's his dad. Shane is probably like a father figure for me. We're gonna skip over this really quickly. My father passed away when I was young, and Shane has definitely been like probably a major father figure for me after my dad passed away. and he's just one of the funniest guys to be around, hang around, drink around. Um, but he is definitely unhinged. If we had him on as a guest, we would definitely have to like censor a few portions and pour a couple extra doubles.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, he is something
He's
else.
great. I
I
love
love him
him.
to death.
I remember at your 21st birthday, we were shit faced. I was holding your nephew for the first time, Sawyer, and
Mhm.
your dad just fucking hell yeah. Your dad just yelled at me. Go wash your fucking hands, boy. Don't you touch my grandson with your dirty fucking hand. Just
Yeah.
yelling at me. And I'm like, all right, Shane, relax. He
Yeah.
forced me to go wash
He'll
my hands.
Oh my god, he'll scream at he'll lose his
Yes.
shit on somebody when he's drunk, but he laughs about it.
Yes, he was laughing the
He
whole
he thinks it's
time.
funny. He thinks it's funny, and if someone doesn't know him, they're like, like
He's
freaking out, like, why is he
he's
yelling?
he looks psychotic to someone who doesn't know him, but it's just that's who he is. When he
Yeah,
drinks, everything is a joke, honestly.
he'll say something that is super like rude or offensive or just mean as fuck to somebody, but he'll think it's a joke.
Yeah.
And then everybody else, like I'll 9 times out of 10 when he's talking to somebody that just somebody random, I'm just in the vicinity, I'll just be sitting there shaking my head like, oh my fucking god, this guy, this fucking
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, like, chill the fuck out, bro. Like, what are you saying right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's oh my god, makes me
Yeah,
want to call him right
absolutely.
now.
Your whole family is definitely very out there.
Out there.
I'll say, yeah.
Yeah.
Out there is the best way to describe
Yep.
it. I love your mom. Probably I can't say that I have a favorite of your siblings and your entire family because they're all just like inherently their own favorite person.
Mhm.
But if I had to rank my favorite like family member of yours, it would this is going to sound really funny, but probably your stepmother.
Really?
Miss Megan, yes. I don't know why,
Why?
but it's just because she has that like boss mentality about her
Oh,
where like
shut
everything is
up.
like everything she's very bossy, but she's bossy to you guys. But when I'm around, she's like bossing you guys and just looks at me and laughs and takes
Oh
another sip of
yeah.
her wine. That's why I love her. It's so funny. She's just like,
That's
go clean your room.
well, that's how any mother's supposed to
I
be.
love her though. She's
Yell at their
great. I
children
love
and
her.
then their friends.
Yeah,
Be
it's so
fucking best
great.
friends with them.
It's so
You
great.
know, she
I love
she
your
is
stepmom.
well, that's also her teacher mentality because she was
Yeah,
a teacher.
yeah.
But like, she's a mother and she's a fantastic mother by all means, the best I've seen. Um, but like, that's just how mothers are. I mean,
Yeah.
my wife, she'll well, no, my wife is completely different. She'll scream and bitch at me, and she'll scream and bitch at my friends. She doesn't give
Yeah.
a fuck.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I
Like,
felt
and
that.
it's something that I'm like, oh, I hate it, but at the same time, it's like, damn, my wife's a
Somebody's
fucking
got to do it.
badass.
Yeah,
My
somebody's got to
wife's a
do it.
badass. I see it as
Yeah.
my wife's a badass, and all my friends that are around, like afterwards, like some of them are fucking pussies. Well, not friends, but like people that I
They
know.
hate it.
They're like, oh fuck that bitch. Like if she talks to me like that again, I'll fucking lose my shit. Blah 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 blah. And then other friends are like, dude, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
she
No, yeah.
screamed at me. She screamed at me for spitting on the sidewalk, and that's I love it. I love your wife. She's awesome. So
Yeah, no, your
yeah.
wife is great. But I can't wait until this podcast comes out and either of your sisters watch it and I just get a random message from them on Instagram. What the fuck, Justin?
No,
I
definitely.
thought I was your favorite.
Definitely gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot this to family.
That one's gonna rile up a few feathers. I do actually kind of want to shift tides a little bit and talk about, you did mention you're a YouTuber, streamer. You kind of do a little bit of everything now. I do want to talk about more specifically the future, the ideas that you have for the stuff you want to do for, I guess more over your Twitch and your YouTube. I know because I know you've kind of abandoned your YouTube. I like watching your
No.
YouTube videos. I'll say your
Um.
your
Well,
evolution
so
series.
here's the problem. Here's the problem. Is I have made about 20 YouTube videos. You may have only seen 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Maybe not
because
even that.
you don't even have that many on your.
What I do, no, what I do, I have one video on my YouTube because what I do is I'm like, oh, I really want to play this game and I want to record it. I want to make a YouTube series out of it. And what I do is I start recording. I've done it with Space Engineers, Minecraft, Humankind Odyssey. I've done it with GTA 5M, Rust. And what I do is I make my first few videos and I post them. And then I sit back and I'm like, I don't want my YouTube channel to be this. And then I delete them. I don't know why. I just keep doing that. Like right now, I have a video up, talking about how I got stream sniped by a cheater on Rust, and his name's Zombie. We're really good friends now, and we're like crimes. We're partners in crime type shit, and like me and him are really good. Well, not really, but me and him are really good friends now. And it was a video about us, but now he can't play Rust, and he doesn't have a YouTube anymore. None of that. And
Yeah,
now what I talked about in that video was, hey, this is what this channel is gonna be. It's gonna be my time with Zombie playing Rust, this and that. This is what we're gonna do. And now it's like, why I have no reason for that to be up. So I'm literally gonna delete that. But the plan for the future is this exactly, right? So when I stream on Twitch, it's gonna be normal Rust streaming, no stream sniping, no cheaters playing with me, none of that kind of shit, which I didn't in the first place. But that it's gonna be a normal Rust streamer. But what's gonna bring the audience in because there's a lot of those. There's a lot of people that stream Rust normally, but I have never seen a YouTuber or a streamer that stream snipes somebody, but good, if that makes sense. So
like
basically, what I'm gonna do is normal Twitch, and then for YouTube, I want to make videos, and I'm gonna be the Rust hood rat, which basically means I'm gonna find a streamer that's low on viewers or maybe high on viewers, but are noobs. They don't know how to play Rust, and I'm going to stream snipe them. But instead of fucking with them, door camping them, and fucking them over and making them never want to play Rust, I'm going to help them. I'm going to give them loot. I'm going to stream snipe them in a good way. And there will be times where, well, not Zombie, because I mean he can't play Rust at all anymore. He can't do shit with Rust. But Steve, which is another YouTuber that is a cheater on Rust, he may jump in, and he'll do the exact same thing to me, and cheat and get items and stuff, and give it to me, and then I will take it and give it to the streamer that I'm stream sniping. And basically, or even if, well, he hasn't done that yet, but I'm saying like possibly in the future, that's what it could be. That's what
mm,
could happen.
maybe.
But as of right now, like I've already recorded hours worth of footage of me stream sniping this noob. It was the funniest shit. He was sitting in the middle on the top of a mountain at night in the snow with a 6x6 foundation twig foundation with a campfire in the center. He's a duo, two of them, and which is not a thing in Rust. You know, some of y'all don't know shit about Rust or anything. But like it's something that's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? You don't do that shit. So I crept up on him in the middle of the night and I was like, what are y'all doing? And they were like, hands up, like fucking, oh, please don't kill us. Please, please. And I was like, give me all your shit. They gave me all their shit and I built a base for them, gave them code locks, locked myself out and said, good luck. And they were like, what the fuck? They're like, thank you so much. And then I got shit. I got guns and shit, which is more advanced. They would never get to. And I door camped them and DB'd them, killed them, loaded their bodies full of loot, and ran away. And I could hear them through the game because you can talk in game
Yeah.
of voice proximity. And they were like, "Oh, dude, I think he died, and we got all of his shit." And they were laughing, making fun of me, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" So then I went back to my base. I made a note that said, "Hey, this is from your friendly Rust hood rat, Bruno. Um, expect to see me a lot more often. I am not going away." As in, like, I'm intimidating them with kindness. And I did it again, but unfortunately, I got fucking countered and some people killed me. I never got the note to him. And I ended up
Aw.
talking to him and being like, "Do y'all not realize like that I'm stream sniping you, dude?" And he was like, "You are?" And I was like, "Yes, I've been helping you this whole fucking time, but you think that you're like getting one up on me, but no, I'm killing you and loading your body full of loot. That was your body that you looted." And he was like, "Oh."
Did
He
they
was like,
not see
and
the
they
name?
no, they were no, they have no idea. They had like 5 hours in the game. They have no idea how to
Uh,
play, and they were so confused. Even after I explained it to them, they were still so confused. And so then I ended up just calling it off because I also had to go to bed. It was a work night and
yeah.
shit. And that's not gonna end up being a video, but that's a little bit of behind the scenes of what I'm working on and shit. So I'm
Maybe you could set up like a series. Instead of scrapping that whole video, you just take the funniest bits out of it. And then what you end up
true,
doing is like
true.
the next time you do it, you also take the funniest bits out of that. And then you could do maybe like a voice intro where you're like, "Hey guys, so like this is kind of the idea of what this video is to give you some context. This
Or
is just the funniest bits of it or something."
or I could just do a whenever I do my channel trailer, I'll just throw some of the clips in there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or a
absolutely.
clip montage, you know. So
Yeah.
I still have them. But yeah, that's where I'm going with it. I just want to
Okay.
do something different, you know,
Yeah.
something different. You know, I'm not into cheating and stuff, so I'll never cheat. I'll never buy cheats or download cheats for any video game. But if I am gonna be playing with the cheater, I'm gonna use it for good. I'm not, you know, and that's my whole aspect with it is using it for good. Because my idea was at first to stream snipe toxic Rust players or cheaters or you know, people that are playing Rust that should not be playing, like people that everyone hate, you know,
Yeah.
stream
And
snipe
then
them and fuck them over. But then I was like,
that's 90% of the player base. You'd be up all day.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, I gotta do something different, and I bought a fucking $6 skin for a head wrap and like all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like full deep with it. I just gotta do it. I just
Yeah.
gotta do
Oh
it,
yeah.
and that's my problem is just fucking doing it, dude.
Well, how about this? I'll fucking keep you to it. I will press you about it until you get it done.
I also got Zombie and Steve pressing me about it. They're
Yeah.
not a part of it, but like they're just like, dude,
They
they're
want to see
so
it.
they're annoyed because, well, for one, Steve, he loves watching my streams. Like he's like anytime I start my stream and I'm in my Discord, he five or like 6 to 7 times out of 10, he won't even jump in my Discord and like talk to me. He'll actually be in there just watching, donating, you know, gifting subs and shit.
Yeah.
But if he does jump in, he always says, "Finally, a good stream to watch, a good streamer that I can watch." He actually generally enjoys watching me stream, which I think is absolutely fucking awesome.
That's dope.
He's a great friend,
Yeah.
but at the same time, he's a part of my community. He's a friend and a viewer, not fan, but you know,
Well, they can be
he's a part of
both.
the community.
I like to see all of my viewers as my friends,
Yeah.
even if they're
Hmm.
new or old. I mean, there's no point in
Yeah.
separating them, right? I mean,
No. Yeah.
he's
Absolutely.
just he was a viewer that is now a good friend. I would say.
Well,
Steve,
actually, no.
I the
I
few
found
times.
Steve. So, when Zombie stream sniped me, Zombie and Steve were friends, and they would hang out and talk all the time. And then they integrated me into that, and now, anytime I'm on, we're in a Discord call together, and we became friends. And he found my stream through Zombie, and then
Yeah.
he was like, "Damn, like you only have like 5 to 10 average viewers, but like you have the
Than
um
I do.
he was like you have the potential to, or like you are the type of streamer and the setup and blah 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 to have way more." He was like, you
Yeah.
look and act like a streamer that's a partner with Twitch that has hundreds of viewers, average. And he was like, "That's why I love watching you because you also not only like are hilarious, but you talk to your chat. You're very involved." And I was like, "Dude, thanks."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Although your intermission screen is fucking trash, and I hate it." And I was like, "Really? I didn't even know that until like a week or two ago." He straight up called me out for it. And then I called Zombie because he said Zombie thought the same thing. I was like, "Zombie, is this true?" And he was like, "Yeah, dude, that shit's ass. Fuck you." And I was like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, why didn't y'all tell me this? If you told
Yeah.
me this when you first met me, then I would have fucking changed it, you know?"
Yeah.
And I asked some other people, they're like, "Yeah, I hate it." And I was like, "Fuck, I thought it was cool as shit."
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Um, yeah, that's funny. The few times I have met Steve, he seemed like a genuine guy. Um, I don't only heard him talk a couple times, but he seems like a genuine guy. Dumby I've met a few times. He also seems really nice. A young kid.
Yeah.
I was surprised how young he was. He definitely
Yeah,
sounds older.
16.
He
16 years old.
sounds a little bit older.
Oh yeah, he does.
Thought
I
he was
thought he
like
was in his
18,
20s.
19.
I thought he was in his
Bless you.
20s.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely cool. He's super mature too. He's not homeschooled, but he does online high school and he works fast food. He's been working
Yeah.
fast food since he was like 12, dude. So
Damn.
he's super mature for his age. He absolutely
Yeah.
is. Especially if he's going through what he's fucking going through now. He's definitely matured.
Don't
So
cheat on video games, kids. Even if
yeah,
you're trying to do it for good.
yeah, definitely. It sucks, but we'll definitely have Steve and Zombie on at some point, whether they're just a caller or they're a guest, because they definitely are some cool guys. And
Yeah.
Steve is a YouTuber. He has about 15K subscribers. He streams on YouTube too. He's just a super genuine, super cool guy. Um, but yeah, that's my little friend group that I have now, and
Yeah,
my
hell
my
yeah.
future and my ideas with my YouTube and Twitch and everything. So
Hell yeah. Well, I think that's enough about us, honestly. I kind of want to shift into a little bit more about what
let's
we like. Let's talk about video games. Jedi Survivor.
okay.
Have you played it yet?
No,
You haven't? Oh, what is wrong with you? It's been out a week.
I ain't rich, bro.
Bro,
I ain't
get
rich.
paid.
I ain't got the money, bro.
Get paid.
Um,
Go play it. You're missing out.
yeah,
It's a great story. I
really.
don't want to. I really don't want to spoil it. But I want to
What's
talk about it.
what's the customization? That's my biggest thing. What's the customization?
There's a fair bit of customization. It's a lot more than Fallen Order. I'll say that.
Oh, okay, good.
It's got a lot of customization. You could customize. I don't want to give it away too much. But you can customize like individual pieces on the actual saber itself. So down to the actual like grip style, like the grip pattern that it uses to
Really?
yeah, to the blade color as normal. You could change the emitter itself. You can change there's like I think 4 different slots you can change on
Okay.
one side of it. If you're using a dual bladed, you could change the also 4 on the other side. So if you want dual bladed, you could actually change the 2 different sabers to be 2 completely different patterns, even if
Really?
they are interconnected. And they also
Huh.
have a. This is gonna spoil it a little bit, but if you've seen the trailer, you might understand it. They have a dual blade that's like a dual carry. It's not interconnected. It's like a dual 2 individuals, like Ahsoka, how Ahsoka has. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Clone Wars? Okay, yeah. So it's kind of like hers. You could also individually customize them to be 2 completely different ones, I think.
Really?
Yeah, so there's a fair bit of customization. You could change your hair, your shirt you're wearing, your pants, stuff like that. There's a lot of customization. I do
That's
want to
hot.
talk. I do want to touch briefly on what the game like kind of talks about. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it does talk about the High Republic era, which is something that,
Okay.
from my understanding, canon never really talks about much. It's usually skimmed right over along with the Old Republic. But it talks like a fair bit about the High Republic era, and loosely. Have you seen the Obi-Wan series on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Okay, it talks about the path as well. So it
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like explains a little bit more about what the path is and what they're actually trying to do. So it kind of wraps that up from the Obi-Wan series, so you kind of understand more about
Really?
that, as well as it also talks about the the High Republic era, which, funny enough, is speculated. I don't know if it's confirmed yet. Maybe someone in the comments will know, or one of my friends will tell me after I finish recording this. It's supposed to actually be kind of like interlocked with the Ahsoka show coming out later this year, because the Ahsoka show is apparently going to be talking about the High Republic era and talking like going more into that in canon. So we're actually going to get more
Really?
High
Okay.
Republic era content as canon. Um, and the only
I
reason that is speculated, from my understanding, is because the Ahsoka show isn't out yet, but it's already been rumored for a season 2.
what?
Just shortly before Jedi Survivor came out.
Huh.
So there's a lot of speculation that those two are connected. I would be kind of inclined to agree after rewatching the trailer after playing Jedi Survivor and kind of seeing the similarities between the two, which is really neat. John, I forget his last name, Faberoni, I think is his name, and Dave Filoni, I think is the two guys who were working on the Ahsoka show. Really great guys. They did. Dave did the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, which are my two favorite shows.
Yeah.
Um, and he's also doing the Ahsoka series, which is really, really incredible. So I know that Dave is really big with his Star Wars canon, essentially. Like he's trying to keep everything how George Lucas would have wanted it to. Whereas like when you watch 7, 8, 9, the last 3 movies that came out, that wasn't anyone, that wasn't George, that wasn't Dave, that wasn't John, that was J.J. Abrams and another female, I forget her name. Well, I think the movies are good cinematically. I don't feel like they fit the whole story that Star Wars was trying to tell. And where Dave and John are trying to pick up is essentially they're trying to tell a better story for the Star Wars fans because those last 3 movies weren't really that great. Um,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm a big fan of like Dave and John trying to do the Ahsoka show, um, as well as the Obi-Wan series. I think Dave did. I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but it was also really good. So I'm really excited about that. I'm 100% gonna watch the Ahsoka show when it comes out. I don't know about you. I'm
Yeah,
ready
I
to
need to
learn. I'm ready to learn about the High Republic era
I still
because
need to fucking go through all the shows. I haven't gone through all the shows. I really
yeah,
fucking want to, but it's like, oh god.
I'm on season
I'm
4.
stuck.
I'm
I'm
on season
stuck on
4. I'm sorry.
fuck, we keep So I'm
Yeah.
stuck on The Last Man on Earth. Have you ever heard of that show?
No, I haven't.
It is hilarious. It is fucking hilarious. Basically, long story short, a apocalypse happened, a disease, and if you get the disease, you basically like blood pours out of every single pore in your body or some shit, and you just die. There's no
Ooh.
gore to it. It's not an apocalypse type show. Its whole thing is like the last man on Earth. There's like a few people that like 10 at max people that were not affected by the virus or whatever the deal is,
Yeah, yeah.
and basically it's about this dude and he thinks he's the last man and he has a group of friends that are balls, like soccer balls,
Okay, yeah.
footballs, and it's so fucking funny. It has
Hmm.
nothing to do with zombies. It's none of that kind of stuff.
What is it? What is it on? Netflix, Disney Plus,
Hulu.
Hulu. Okay, okay. I
Yeah,
have
Hulu.
Hulu. I might give it a watch.
Hulu or Amazon.
I have both.
Hulu or no, it's Hulu. It's Hulu for sure.
Okay, I
But yeah,
have
it's
both. So
it's it's so fucking funny, dude. Oh my god. But yeah, I've been stuck on that. I'm waiting to finish that, and I'm gonna get into all the Star Wars
hmm.
stuff. I've already seen all the Mandalorians. I've seen all of the Obi-Wans. I've seen all of the real stuff. I
The
haven't seen any of the
movies.
cartoon shit. Yeah,
The
all the movies
see,
and shows.
see. I don't. I'm see. Okay, let me put into perspective here. How long have you been a Star Wars fan? You've been watching for a while, for
All my
years.
life.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
only just recently got into Star Wars, and you know this. I
Yeah.
only just recently got into Star Wars, like within the last like 2 years, maybe. Um, but I have binge watched almost everything. I finished Star Wars Rebels. I finished the original trilogy, the prequels and the sequels. I watched all that nine films.
Yeah.
I'm fucking drunk. I hate my life. I can't even figure out how much three is. Nine. Um, I watched all nine movies. I finished Rebels. I'm still currently watching the Clone Wars because it's 7 seasons and it's like 20 episodes per season, so it is a lot to get through. But I'm on season 4 right now, and it's starting to pick up. Season 3 was fantastic, really good. Season 2 and 1 seem to be more of just like, I don't want to say they were targeted towards kids, but it definitely felt like those 2 seasons specifically were made for kids. And then season
Yeah.
3 really started. They like understood that adults also watched their show, so it seemed like they really like picked it up in terms of like the storytelling and actually going in depth with their canon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, so I was a massive fan of Rebels, which takes place. I forget the time frame exactly, but it's like just when Anakin turns to the dark side, maybe shortly after. It's because I think episode 1 of Rebels starts with Empire Day, which is when the Empire was founded. Um, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Again, I'm still a very new fan. I don't know everything. But
Yeah.
the Ahsoka show is going to finish off where Rebels is going to start where Rebels finished, essentially. So it's going to be a continuation of the Rebels series, essentially. If you haven't watched Rebels, I don't want to spoil it. It is an old series though, so kind of bear with that if you got to watch it. But it was a really good series. The animations were meh. They were good for their time, but looking back on it, they're kind of bland. At least to me. I don't really watch animated shows all that much. But the storytelling was very driven, I will say. Like the writing
Yeah.
for it was very good. It definitely, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely cried a few scenes of the movie or of the show, especially during the last season. Um, it did a really good job of getting me connected to the characters, and it's essentially Ahsoka is a continuation of that series.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy because I loved Rebels. I think Rebels is my favorite series. So it's a continuation of that, as well as not only is it going essentially forward in time, it's also going backwards in time to tell a whole new story. Essentially, I think that's going to
Right.
be really unique. Is well, yeah, they're living in the time of like Luke Skywalker walking around and fighting the Empire. They're telling a story from when Yoda was essentially still walking around teaching younglings about
Mm.
being a Force user, Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
definitely.
think
I
it's really
definitely
unique.
want to get into
Yeah,
all
dude,
of
don't
that.
waste any time. Get in the just play
I've just
Jedi
been so out of
Survivor.
Star Wars. I've been so out of Star Wars.
Play
It's
Jedi
funny
Survivor.
you
It's
mention
so
it.
good.
It's so if y'all don't have anything to do with Star Wars, it really is it's an insane story. It's
It's a universe.
all
It's a universe meant for literally everyone.
yeah,
I'm
it is
20.
amazing.
I'm 24, and I got into it when I was like 23, 22. I didn't think that it was meant for adults, but like the storytelling and the level of detail that they actually put into the
Definitely is.
effort of everything, it like I got into it because as a young dumb adult who likes to drink and do weed, smoke weed, do weed. I'm a dumbass. Um,
I mean,
do weed.
you can eat it, you can smoke it, you
Yeah,
can shove it
I
up your
suppose.
ass. Would
I
that
got
work?
into it. Hey, I don't want to talk about
Try it.
that.
Try
I
it.
don't
Let me
want
know.
to. I'm not going to do that. I'm not
Let me
going to
know.
tell you about it.
You
Um,
would. I shoved a
but
tampon on my ass for you also.
but I got into it because I was like, I like the cool lightsaber battles, right? Like, and you know, when you're watching it, you kind of want the context as to why that's happening. You can't just watch a cool fight scene and be like, okay, that's kind of cool. But if you know the story behind it, it makes the fight scene that much better and that much more
Mm-hmm.
intense. Unless you're one to not really get in tune with the character. If you don't really get connected to characters that well, Star Wars might not really be the show to you. But Star Wars also does a really good job of putting you in the character's shoes, making you feel the emotions that they're. I think that's why it does a really good job at that. I think that's
Yeah.
also why I like Star Wars at an older age. I was never a fan of it when I was younger. I always thought it was like stupid nerd stuff. Now I'm the stupid nerd stuff.
Trying to get my cubes. God damn it. I need to
Your
move my.
your
I
cubes of
used
ice. Oh, dude, I'm drinking this shit plain. I ain't got no ice or nothing. Also, I'm on like my third drink. I'm pretty wavy right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Are you good, sir? Excuse me.
Ah,
uh,
holy.
no
Yeah, I need
cuts.
to fix.
We're doing that straight. Oh shit! I just spilled my drink. I fucking hate my life. Shit. Ah, it's going under. All right.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I need to fix my fridge. So
Do we need to stop? Do we
sometimes
need to cut?
no, no, not at
No.
all.
Okay.
No, no, sometimes Are you
Fuck.
drunk right now?
Yes.
Holy
Yes.
fuck.
I just said I'm pretty waves. Yes. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Go ahead. What were
No,
you saying?
so sometimes so I drink when I drink my whiskey, it's either completely fucking warm, room temp, or I like to drink cold. And for this kind of shit, I like to drink cold. And so my
Yeah.
first drink was cold with some cubes in it. Second drink was room temp, and then now since I'm my third drink, I'm gonna put some cubes in it. You also got to remember I'm drinking it straight, so it's like hitting me harder too.
Yeah.
So I'm
I don't.
I'm I'm
I don't
pretty
drink.
I'm feeling good though.
I don't drink a lot, so it hits me a lot.
Oh yeah, I can tell. Uh,
Yeah. Really.
so basically,
Yeah, I do have. I have a
um,
very annoying laugh when I get drunk.
oh,
I have
that's
an annoying
great.
laugh. In
No,
general,
no,
let me
my
say.
laugh when I'm getting if back in the day when I smoked pot, I had this horrible laugh, and I can
Yeah.
do it right now, but it's like, hold on, let me think. It's no, it's a no.
Yeah. that
How
was
was
that
it?
was that was pretty close though. I remember it being very close to that.
I don't know. It's something
I
like
think
that. Yeah.
I think that was it. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah,
I
it's
think
bad. It's
I think
bad.
everyone kind of goes through their fair share of annoying laughs.
Mm.
Mine's like a hyena that's not quite dying, but is in the
Oh,
process of it. Like
yeah,
they
it's
just got
dead
attacked.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is it dead or is it dying? Did it just get bit? I feel like it's screaming.
Oh yeah, a hyena that is dead can laugh. Are you fucking? What is wrong?
Well, you're the
You
one
good?
that said it's dead. Definitely, it's dead.
Oh, if it laughs like that, it's dead by now.
Okay. Well, yeah, fair.
That's funny. So basically, going off of Star Wars, right? I want you to think
Yeah.
about this long and hard,
Yes.
all of you. Is it more scary if aliens do exist or if they don't exist at all? Think about that.
I don't have to think hard, actually. I think it's scary if they don't exist because then we live in a galaxy by ourselves. Like we're the
like,
only dumb fuckers here.
Right. That is a way to think about it. The way I think about it is if they don't exist, then what we have here, us people with us being able to think consciously and do the shit that we do, is the rarest thing in the universe. Which means that we're precious, basically, right? That's the way I think about it. So if aliens do exist, it is if they have already found us, and if let's say Area 51 has aliens or whatever the deal is, and if we've already come in contact with aliens, think about it. We haven't even reached Mars yet. And if there aren't aliens in our galaxy, our orbit on any of the planets that we are close to, and they have found us already, what does that tell you? It tells us that we're fucked. If they do come, if a ship shows up on Earth, then we are fucking hands up. We can't do shit. We're fucked
Yeah.
because they will have weapons of they'll have a weapon to destroy a whole planet at that point. They're technically, technologically.
That's a big
I
word
don't
for
even.
you.
That is a very big word. So like we're fucked. That's the way I think of it. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather there be aliens because I don't know if you've heard of. I was watching a podcast of Elon Musk. Elon Musk that was on with Nelk, and he was talking about how he's trying to go to Mars to colonize Mars and stuff, just in case another asteroid hits Earth, kills us all, or if we kill ourselves due to like World War III type stuff or nuclear or whatever the deal is, we'll have um life on Mars to be able to sustain. And some of the things like you really do just listening to a podcast with Elon Musk makes me sound fucking stupid. Straight up. I feel like an idiot listening to him talk because he's so fucking smart, dude. Like this
Yeah.
dude is so smart. Like he was talking about what it would take to be able to be self-sustaining on Mars. If the ship stopped coming, if people stopped coming to Mars, how many people would need to be on Mars to be self-sustaining? Is a thought. And the number he gave out was 1 million people on Mars to be self-sustaining. And as of right now, he is working to have a spacecraft to go to
Yeah.
the moon, well, to Mars as well, but to have a reusable aircraft because the thing is like what the most important thing is money, right? Um is money because each spacecraft that he makes is between 50 to 100 million dollars.
Yeah.
And if every trip to Mars costs around 50 to 100 million dollars and 4 to 5 months worth of making the spacecraft and then getting it out there without it blowing up, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of time. And each spacecraft can hold, he said, up to 100 people. So 100 divided by 1 million is, a number, uh, a big number. So it's like, how much money would it take if the spacecrafts were not reusable? A lot of fucking money. So I know. I know. Shut
Sorry.
up. Listen,
You're
listen.
good.
I'm trying to be sophisticated while I'm talking. That's a big word. I said it good too. Um, but it's something to really think about. Like, if
I don't know how I feel about Elon Musk because on one hand I agree with you. Yeah, he is absolutely like infinitely more intelligent than I am. But on the same foot, like the things he say, I'm also like, you didn't need to say that. You didn't need to do that.
you're talking about Twitter,
No, like not even
you
in
on
general,
Twitter?
just some of the shit he says to the media. Like I
Like
cannot
what?
I could pass most of it as a joke, obviously, because like I get most of it could be joking. I am also terrible at just picking up like cues on people
Like
joking.
what? Like, give me an example.
Uh, what is it? It's like what did he say? I'm too drunk to remember anything in particular. I'm actually trying to draw a memory, but I can't. We'll just use his Twitter for Twitter, for example. On Twitter, most of the things he says, I can let him get away with, just because like it's a joke, whatever.
Are
Twitter's not a place I take seriously. I cannot mash like political views with murder videos on TikTok. That is not a place I could take seriously.
true?
Right. So like anything he says on Twitter, I'll check out the window. But like when he's trying to talk to like the media in terms of like political disputes, I think it's most of the time when he talks politics. I think that's when I'm like, whatever, man, like just get out of here. I don't really care. You're smart when it comes to rockets and like in scientific engineering and things like that degree, but I also don't think he really has a place in politics. And I think that's where I just don't
Yeah.
like him, is he's trying not necessarily to force his way into politics, but he gives out his opinion like a politician in terms of like he feels like everyone needs to hear it. But on the same foot, it's like I like you for what you're doing with SpaceX, not for what you're doing with our government. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
and I think that's just how I think he's
there
a
there are
smart
some
guy.
there are some funny things. So for one
He's
of the tweets I was
hilarious.
thinking about was the tweet he put out that said next, like after he bought Twitter, he said, "Next, I'm gonna buy Coca-Cola and put the Coke
Yes,
back in
yeah,
it."
yeah. I seen.
Like
I thought that
that.
was funny.
That is fucking hilarious,
Yeah, no, like
especially a man at his level. Oh my god.
like I
And
said, some of
then
the shit he says on Twitter is funny. He's a funny guy. He knows how to. He knows
yeah,
how to make a good tweet go viral.
oh fuck, what was the other thing I was thinking of? He said Coca-Cola, he's gonna put Coke back into it, and then fuck, he said something else. Oh my god, he says, oh yeah, yeah. Oh, no, I lost it again. He said, oh my god, what did he say?
We're too
Or
drunk for this.
something
We're
that
an
happened
hour
here.
and a half in, and we are drunk.
Fuck, fuck. Let me think. Oh shit. Oh yes, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast once,
Yeah,
and Joe Rogan smokes pot, right?
yeah.
And he was
Joe
like,
Rogan does a lot.
he does things just on the spot. He doesn't give a fuck. He's cool as fuck. And so Joe Rogan was smoking pot, and he was like, "Fuck it, dude, I'll take a hit." And he was smoking a joint with Joe Rogan. And
Yeah.
what ended up happening, that little minuscule thing, with him being the CEO of SpaceX, he has government contracts with the United States of America. And what ended up happening was he ended up having to get drug tested randomly for like a year straight just to make sure he wasn't a drug addict. But what people don't know is that not just him, but all of SpaceX, every single person that works
Aw.
for him got randomly drug tested for like a year straight.
Those poor
Like
fuckers.
insane. Just for him,
And they live in
just
California.
just because he was fucking he took a hit of a joint while on a fucking podcast. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And whenever he did the podcast with Full Send, um the second he walked in, he was like, "Hello guys, how's it going?" He was like, "What's this?" And they're like, "Oh, that's our brand. That's our seltzer that we have. It's Happy Dad." And he was like, "Oh, okay." He grabbed a cup immediately. Was like, "Where are they at?" Or he was like, "All right, I'm gonna drink one." And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, by all means, drink one of ours." And they were like freaking out, like, "Oh my god, fucking Elon Musk is like immediately trying to fucking get wasted with us." They were like fucking losing it.
He seems like he can be very down to earth and like a normal
Mhm.
human at times. Like he mixes comedy well with like tragedy. Like at one time, I remember when his stock was dropping for Tesla. Um, he was all that was also like the funniest he had ever been. I remember that small little stretch
Yeah,
where
yeah.
Tesla was dropping. And I feel like he's the type of guy to mix comedy with tragedy. And I can relate to him on that. Like when my father passed away, like, yeah, I cried a little bit, but I was also the type of guy who was trying to make jokes about it because like comedy is how I cope with like bad things happening in my life. So I can relate to him on that form. But it he's just one of those people who's also a little unhinged for the internet. I feel he does good at
Yeah, he does just say what the fuck he
he
wants. Yeah.
does good at suppressing himself. I'm sure. I would love to see his unsent like tweet list of shit that he like typed
Mm-hmm.
out and then never sent.
Yeah,
Because I'm
he
sure,
definitely does have a draft.
yeah, I'm sure he does have some like 5 pages worth of Twitter drafts of shit that was both funny, political, and just
Shit he shouldn't have said.
stupid.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
what he does is he does straight up post something on TikTok, or not TikTok but Twitter. But sometimes he gets into a stage where he's like, I don't know about it, and then he goes and asks somebody. They're like, yeah, you probably shouldn't. And then
yeah,
he doesn't end up posting it, so he does have stuff in his drafts.
yeah.
Um, but he is a down to earth guy. He really is like one of us. Because did you know that he's living in Texas right now because it's right by, it's where SpaceX is, and he lives in a $35,000 house.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah. It's
He
like
lives in a
a
2-bedroom shit house.
yeah.
Like it's kind of like an apartment that he lives
It's
in
like Mr.
because
Beast.
he doesn't give a fuck.
It's like
He,
Mr.
he's
Beast. He has what is it? He has his like multi-million dollar complex or whatever that he uses for filming, but he just stays in like a small area in it, and that's like his apartment, I think he calls it. Kind of similar,
yeah,
but Elon Musk just decided to have a house, which is fair.
yeah, yeah, and well, no, Elon Musk, yeah, he has a house, but it's a little shit house.
Yeah.
It's a smaller house that I'm living in,
Oh
and he's a
yeah.
billionaire. So it's like, holy fuck! It's because it's like half a mile away from the SpaceX factory
Yeah. I
facility.
think it's also one of those things where it's like I think he's single now, isn't he? He left Grimes or Grimes left him. One of the two.
I don't know. I know he
Uh
has baby mamas and 9 kids.
I have no. He gets
No, I know
laid.
for sure he has
He's
3 baby
he's
mamas and 9
I
kids.
don't. He's gotten laid more than I have, so I can give him that. But it's probably just one of those things where when you get that vast amount of money, you realize that you don't need to spend that much to really give you what you need. Is like his need is he needed to be close to SpaceX, and he just needed something for him. No, I mean that when you have
That
that
just
type of money, yeah, you could go and buy like a multi-million dollar like
yeah.
mansion. But I think when you're that rich, like when you reach the billionaire status, you kind of start to realize what you
I
need
think
and what you want.
I think the thing is with him is he has a how do you say it? He knows he has a priority of things. And his priority is the human race being
Yeah.
straight. His thing is like if aliens find us first, we're fucked. Or two, if we're the only people, if we're the only conscious beings in the universe, then we're fucked. So he wants to colonize Mars. Like he is the one person out of the entire world that his main focus is colonizing Mars. So if the human race dies out on Earth, then we have another planet that we can self-sustain. And there's a lot of water on Earth. There's
Like 70% of
the
our
yeah,
Earth is covered
so
by water.
basically the thing with Mars is that it's too cold. And basically what was saying was like now there's multiple ways to heat up Mars, and it's through nuclear detonations above Mars to heat it up, but they have to be constant, that won't radiate us, all that kind of good shit. You can take a block of ice from Mars, take miners and shit, whatever it is, and melt them down, get the dust out of them, and it's really simple to drink the water on Mars.
Yeah.
Um, he said it's pretty simple, but we have to have 1 million people to be able to keep it self-sustaining. And self-sustaining is the technology and keeping shit working, all of that kind of good shit, which is perfect sense. And the thing about him is that he's straightforward, he's front, he's a down to earth dude, and like it sucks that I can't really be 100% with that. But did you like if you looked at the Earth and the human population of Earth, do you think that we are growing too much or we're not growing at all? Like we're losing more, like people are dying more than babies are born.
Um Trying to remember. I read a statistic not too long ago where it's like the people of our generation aren't having a lot of kids or something like that. So it's like, yeah, for a while there it was growing, but now it's growing, but very not as significant. So our population's what, like 8 billion, approaching 9 billion, something like that, and
Uh,
it's. I think it is steadily growing, but not as much as it has been in recent generations.
No, so I looked at the numbers and everything, and in every single country, everywhere on the world, the whole population is is like significantly dropping in population. The United States is dropping in population. China had their rule where you can't have more than 1 kid, right? They changed it to 2 kids a few years ago, and then they changed it to 3 kids like a year ago or something like that. And they are significant. They are still significantly dropping in their population. The entire world is, back
Yeah.
in the 70s, 80s, people were having 9 kids. One woman would have 9 kids. That was the
Yeah,
normal.
I fucking know that shit.
Nowadays women are having maybe 1, maybe 2 kids is the normal. And
Have
most
you
women are having no kids.
have you ever thought about looking at like your grandparents, for example? How many kids do your grandparents have? Like how many aunts and uncles do you have?
9.
I
They
al- I have I have
my
like
grandma had 9
6.
kids.
Yeah. How many kids does your mom have? 3, right?
3. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That tells you everything you
and
need to
now
know,
my
most
wife and
likely.
I have 2, and now that I've been looking at this shit, I'm like, "Yo, we got to have more than fucking 3." You know,
Yeah.
and it's not about the men. It's the women. It's the women.
Eh,
We have to have more female
I think I think I
children
th- I think it's a
because
50-50. I think
no,
it's
not at all. Because think about it, right? I can go around and I can pop a seed in 10 different women and they can all pop out kids at the same exact time. But during that 9-month period, they have to wait the 9-month period, they're growing that child that you've already impregnated with them with. And then after that 9 months, they have to wait another 3 months before they can start having another kid.
but yeah,
We
I
need
also
more women than men. And, I'm not trying, this is non political. This is non all that kind of good shit. This is legitimacy. Women are vital to the human race. They absolutely are. We need to have more women than men. Women being whatever they want to be, but like stay-at-home moms is easier for them, and I agree with that. That's why my wife is a stay-at-home mother, because at the end of the day, now that I'm thinking about it, and in the past few weeks I've been thinking about it, she needs to focus solely on repopulating. That's it. Having babies, having children. That's the facts, because the US is dwindling in numbers. We are dwindling in numbers. The population is going down. It's not going up. And by the end of the human race, we're gonna, one of the great things to look at for these numbers is how many baby diapers are bought in a year. Um, versus how many adult diapers are bought in a year. And as of right now, more adult diapers are being bought in a year than baby diapers. Like the sales are higher for adult diapers. Adult diapers. Think about that.
I think we just went
It's
down a
insane.
complete different shitstorm than what we absolutely should have. How
No,
did we
no,
go
it's
how did we go from talking about
well,
Star Wars like
Elon Musk.
10-20 minutes ago to Elon Musk
Well,
to
Star Wars started it
diapers and the population? I don't I'm trying to
because
let me try and like connect how we got there real quick. We went from Star
all right.
Wars to diapers. How the
No,
fuck?
it's super simple.
Okay,
It's
first
Star Wars has aliens in it. And then
they
aliens
have
started my
babies. They
conversation.
have babies.
Aliens started no,
Padawans.
the aliens started it. Aliens,
Okay,
and
yeah.
then Elon Musk talking about aliens, and then why it's so important about
Yeah.
aliens and
Yeah.
repopulating Mars. And
Um
and then we got into why the human race could die on Earth. Would you
personally,
rather have, I mean, at the end of the day, it could end up being a baby in adult diaper is the last person on Earth. Think about that. A baby in an adult diaper. And by
what a
that I mean
what a
the
blissful
baby
day. I hope it's
the
me.
baby is the oldest person on Earth,
Hope it's
you
me.
know?
Um I I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I slightly disagree. Not like
Well, so hold on.
not too much.
It'll take hundreds of years though. Right? It could take thousands of years to get there. Like, it's not something that's gonna happen right now. It's not something right now that's happening.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it is happening right now,
I
but it'll
think
take a long ass time for us to destroy the population of Earth through negative population,
I
you
think
know?
I think the one thing that you're not accounting for is like the history of the world itself. the population and throughout history has always been a roller coaster. It's always been up and down and up and down, but it's always been like a roller coaster, up, always trending upwards.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to a degree, well, yeah, you might be right in the short scheme of things. We won't truly know until we just keep chugging forward.
I mean, yeah, we
And
could, we could.
while yeah, thought processes like yours might necessarily help trend that tick upwards again and keep trending upwards. I don't know. That's literally how I feel about it. I'm on the fence because like while on one hand I think women should just be able to do whatever they want. I don't necessarily think that we should have more women to just be breeders, stay-at-home moms, right? Like at the end of the day they're people too. They want to go out and do things like we do. Maybe some of them just want to work normal jobs. They don't want to stay at home taking care of kids all day. Do you want to stay at home taking care of your kids all day? I doubt you do. So at the same time, why would your wife Jocelyn want to do that too? Maybe sometimes she wants
Well,
to go out and work, you know. And
oh
it's
yeah,
one of
of
the
course.
that's one of those things that's where I'm on the fence about is because like yeah, they might not want to do that 24/7. So why should we
Of
force
course
them
not.
to?
Yeah, no, no, no. I'm not.
But on the
No,
same
I'm not.
foot,
I'm not saying, absolutely not saying that we should, that every woman should do that. Absolutely not. I'm just saying like, it would be easier, I guess. I want, women to do what they want to do, all that kind of good
it's
shit.
only easier if you have
Um,
financial stability though.
that is,
If
yeah,
you're
that
financially
is a
sta-
massive fact.
if you're financially
Yeah.
stable, yeah, it's absolutely easier because you ain't got to worry about the bills being paid. But if you live in a low income house, very much like how you started out before you had your first son, I remember you were struggling to pay your bills. But obviously, as you worked harder and you ranked up, you got the money actually coming through. It's become financially easier to take care of one kid. Now, when
Yeah.
that second one comes out, obviously, it's going to be a lot more difficult because
Oh yeah.
you have the same amount of money trying to take care of two. You're gonna have to work harder, rank up to take care of
The
two.
way I see it is like,
It's
yeah,
one of those things where like it's a double edged sword. You can't have
the
it one way without the other way
right.
being fucked.
But I mean, so the way I see it is this is it's very simple, right? Women should absolutely do what they want to do, 100%. They're their own person,
You're
whether we're
quiet. Speak
married
up a
or
little
not.
bit.
Whether they're married or not. Sorry. But basically, um, so the thing is that like women are precious to me, is what I mean. Women are absolutely precious. The
Women
shit
are
that my wife
queens,
does,
dude. All of them.
absolutely. Whether no matter what their background is, whatever the deal is, if you impregnate a woman, whether it was accident or not, at the end of the day, that child that comes out, their main goal will always be that child. There could
Mm,
be some things, there could be some
sometimes.
things that pushes them away from that child. Let's say my mom, talking a little personal here. My mother is still
Yeah,
in
that hits
rehab.
close to home.
My mother is still in rehab. Whenever I was a teenager, I was fighting to feed myself and my little sister. I understand that, but at the end of the day, my mother still loves me and she wants to take care of me. She still randomly, whenever she has an extra dime, she sends me that money. She does, and that's that's big. I guess you could say, women are an absolute. Um, they are very vital to the human race, not only the human race, but to the man's how should I say this? Mentality, right? We're men. We're supposed to work. We're supposed to fight wars. We're supposed to do all the hard shit. Women can do that as well, but at the end of the day, if I impregnate a woman, she can't go and fight a war, because she has her pregnancy to deal with. And at the same time that I'm overseas on a deployment or I'm fighting a war overseas, she's at home fighting a war herself, taking care of the child we already have and the child that's in her stomach. So, like, if let's say World War III started, not trying to talk about politics, we're not going into politics, but let's say I end up going to war because I am in the military. My wife at home will also be fighting a war with the child that's in her stomach and the child that is running around screaming, fucking eating pudding and throwing it on the fucking walls. I mean, that's
He gets
how I
that
see
after
it.
you.
That's how I see it. Women
Yeah.
are essential to the human race. We can't we can't reproduce
Yeah.
people.
I
We
think
can't
you
produce
just
people.
worded that horribly the first time you said it.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
see. Yeah, I mean, I probably
think
did, but
that's
I
fair. Everyone
it
needs a
doesn't
second
matter.
chance. Everyone needs a second chance to reword things. I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that.
it doesn't matter where you come from or what you do or anything like that. What matters is
Just do
what
what makes
you're
you happy, right? Whatever. If you
absolutely. Yeah, it
cuz
is what it is.
I'm the type of person where like I don't have any kids. I don't have a significant other. I don't have a girlfriend, no wife, no nothing. I live at home with my sister, her husband, my mom. So it's like for the most part, like I don't plan on having kids. I don't like if I have kids, I just want one. Right? Whether it's a boy or a girl, I don't mind. I
And
don't
that's
know.
okay.
I don't know
It's
that I want any. Kids are helping. See, I guess that just comes from the idea of like helping raise my niece with my sister. She was a lot of work. Haven was absolutely like one of the hardest kids to take care of. And I love her to death. She is absolutely a doll. I'll do anything for that kid. But at the same time, it also taught me values when I was like a young adult, like 18, 19, something like that. That like kids are a lot of work. And while, yeah, even if you are financially set, there's always going to be that aspect of staying up throughout the night to feed it, make sure that it's okay and stuff like that. And I think that just kind of ingrained in me through now, obviously at 24, to where I'm like, kids are a lot of work. I don't have the time nor the dedication to take care of one, so I don't want to have one.
and that's where you see
That's where you and I differ, honestly.
that's where that's the thing, right? Is if you're gonna have a kid, be married first off. And the reason why I say that, be married, be in a full relationship because your wife, at the end of the day, no matter what she wants to do, whatever or not what she wants to do, but like she's gonna end up being a stay-at-home mom. I mean, if you do it how it's supposed to be done in the human
Uh,
race slash how it is like women have their job, which is taking or not taking care of the children, but like having the children is already a massive thing,
that's a
right?
job on its
Not
own.
and like think about having a being growing inside of you for 9 months and then popping it out. All you want to do is take care of that being, right? That's what
Yeah.
they love. That's what they want to do. That's what they need to do. That's what they're supposed to do. Blah 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 blah. Right? If some of them don't want to have children, that's okay. That's okay. They have a different look on things. Maybe they want to work a job. Maybe they want to fight for their country, whatever the thing is. Like that's understandable.
Yeah.
But if you find a woman and you marry that woman and they want to have kids, at the end of the day, like the way that the position that I'm in is I work, I make the money for the household to feed the wife that works at home. She has a job. She has a full-time job. And I don't have to come home and worry about cleaning the house or taking care of well, I do take care of the kids too, but that's her way of putting it's not about the money, it's about what you put into the household and put into the family, and we are equal on that. We're equal on that. And that's how I see it, that's how she sees it. And it works. It
I
absolutely works.
I guess it really only truly works when both people are on, right? When both people are they both understand the level. That's kind of like how, to take it back to the earlier conversation, that's kind of how you and I were when we were like planning out this podcast. I didn't want to do it if we both weren't on like at least a similar level near each other.
Yeah.
It's very much the same way to that aspect.
They
If the wife wants one thing and the husband wants another, I don't think, I don't want to say it's not going to work out because obviously there can be compromises and stuff like that. But for a situation like yours, it definitely works out because Jocelyn understands that, like, hey, this is what I want to do. I'm fine with doing this, and you're fine with doing your position of being the breadwinner. you know, you both understand your levels of where you are, and you're both happy to chip in as needed if one lacks, right? So like how she's going through that stuff now, um, you have to pick up, take care of the baby, cook the food, stuff like you have to do all the stuff that she is not normally able to do, and you don't mind doing that. I think that that's where that level is drawn. If one person's okay with it and the other person's not, I think that whole thing that you just explained is kind of like ruined per se. But that also comes with like marriage. You really shouldn't marry someone unless you truly think that you guys are a match, right?
Yeah, you gotta be on the same page. I
You
mean,
absolutely have to be on the same
like
page, and
I'm
that's
not
where I
like
am.
two people have to be on the same page. So
I've also not been in a
Jocelyn,
relationship. Sorry,
yeah,
I was gonna say
Jocelyn and I, we're very equal with that. We're both completely understanding to that, and that's what matters the most is being in a relationship where you're both understanding to what you want to do. I am not anywhere near against two people. Let's say, for instance, my sister. She's
mm, we're just gonna
she
skip out. That's not a conversation for today.
no, it's completely fine. You know, like my sister, she's with another woman. You know, that's perfectly fine. You know, it really is. What I'm saying is that as long as two people are on the same page, it's okay. So my wife and I are in the
I love your
position we're
sister.
in. Oh, me too. I mean, but what I'm saying is like my wife enjoys being a stay-at-home mom, and I enjoy being the working father. My sister enjoys having a kid. She has one kid already, my nephew, which is um like I don't know how to explain it, but like she has her beliefs. Everybody has their own beliefs on what they want to do and all that, and it's just how people are. That's okay. You know, we all believe in different things. We all believe in different things. So um I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but you know,
Neither
as
do
long as
I.
you have a good partner and you both
Just
believe in
be
the same
happy in
thing,
life. Fuck what
be
other people
happy in
think.
life, you know? If you
Seriously, like
don't want to
fuck
populate, you don't want to populate. No big deal.
fuck what other people think. Fuck what Mikey thinks. Fuck what I think.
Seriously.
Fuck what your mom
Yeah.
thinks. Fuck what your dad thinks. As long as you're happy at the end of the day, just do what makes
That's
you
what
happy.
matters. That's
That
what
is
matters.
absolutely what matters at the end of the day.
And also
If you're not happy, sorry.
be accepting on what other people think too. That is a huge thing nowadays. Is be accepting. I accept my sister. I am not against it whatsoever.
Gonna
I
say
am
why would
100%
you have to?
accepting on it. Huh?
I was gonna say why would you accept it if you weren't against it?
You know, I'm not against it, right? I'm not against it.
You know
I'm
what I
just
am
not
against? I'm against homophobia. Fuck people who are homophobic, honestly. People who don't understand other people just wanting to be happy with their life and getting with the people that they actually truly love. That upsets me more than anything.
that's yeah, that's people. That's everybody has a different
I get it that that's a person
that's the
that
whole thing about the conversation that was started. The
yeah,
whole thing is that we are precious. The human race is precious. We have
kind
not
of.
seen aliens yet, which means we could be the only ones in this universe that have consciousness like we do. So instead of going against people having that consciousness, accept it and be
Hey,
like, yo, it is incredible that people can think of this kind of stuff and have these beliefs and have these thoughts. Why be against it?
I think whatever
Be
drugs, sorry.
happy about it. Be happy about it. Be um not just be accepting, not be happy, but be like exhilarated. Like holy shit. Lizards can't think this stuff. Dogs can't think this stuff. Well,
Well,
my
you
old
don't know
dog did
that.
try to
You're
fuck
not
another male dog, so
you're not an animal. You don't know that they don't think this stuff. They very well could.
oh
But
yeah.
to jump back to what you were saying earlier about us not being able to see aliens, I'm convinced there's one person on Earth who has seen aliens, and it's probably Theo Vaughn. You know who that is? The comedian, the guy that has the mullet, really southern guy that says really off the wall shit.
No idea who that
You've
is.
never seen Theo? Oh, bro, you're missing out. Theo Vaughn is probably one of the funniest people on the internet right now. And
Really?
it's just because he does a lot of he's done, I think, like a couple podcasts with Joe Rogan and stuff like that. I'm surprised you
Hmm.
haven't seen him.
Wait,
He's
does
fun.
he have a super country accent and says
Yes.
like
Yeah. Absolutely.
probably? I just don't know the name.
Make you want to
I
kick
have
a
a
fat
face.
kid in Kmart. Shit
Hold
like
on,
he
let me
says
look.
stupid shit like yeah. Look him up real quick. He's probably one of the funniest guys on the internet right now.
Hold on, what's
Absolutely
his name?
unhinged. Theo Vaughn, Theovon. I think it's how you spell it. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's who I was picturing in my head.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
he is
I'm
fucking hilarious.
I'm convinced whatever drugs he takes before he records anything, he has seen Alien. Some of the
Yeah,
shit
he
he
is fucking
says is
hilarious.
off the wall
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah, absolutely. I've seen TikToks of him all the
A video that lives rent free in my head right now is him just going, make you want to kick a fat kid in Kmart. And it's all anything that happens, I'm just like,
yeah.
make you want to kick a fat kid in Kmart.
Oh
I
my
don't. It's
god.
just the shit he says is so awful.
I saw a TikTok
funny.
of him fucking right before he started. Yeah, he is fucking hilarious.
If you don't know who
Oh my
Theo Vaughn
God.
is, do the pleasure to yourself.
We'll throw a picture up on the YouTube podcast, right? So if
Yes,
you're on
yeah.
Spotify or anything,
Fuck
there will
it.
be a face pic of him on.
I was gonna say, fuck it. We'll link anything that he might have been in recently. The dude is just genuinely funny.
Yeah,
like,
he's fucking hilarious.
He is a comedian through and through. He's one of those types of people who doesn't he doesn't like to offend people, but the shit he says can definitely be very offensive.
Yeah.
If you're the type of person that takes offense very easily. Because most of the stuff out of his mouth is a joke, and he's saying it in a joking manner, but it's so off the wall funny, and it's ridiculous.
Does it? No, yeah.
He does it so well. I'm like, I want to be convinced that his southern accent is fake, but I know it's not. It's so genuine. I know it's not, but it sounds like me trying to make a southern accent. It sounds like for talk to be like this, you know? Like, it sounds fake, but it's not.
Like I can do a southern accent real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with my southern accent. I'm pretty good with all of my accents, actually.
Shit,
I can do a British accent, and then I can do a little bit of Russian. So like, it just kind of depends on what I want to do. That
I'm a man of accents, but not that many.
yes, it does depend on exactly what I want.
Oh, Nico, let's go bowling. GTA 4 reference.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
my god, GTA, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that can
GTA
be on the
6
next
announced.
podcast.
Finally.
We can talk about that the next. Wait,
Yeah.
it was announced.
Yeah. It was announced a while ago. It got
No,
delayed.
fucking hold on, GTA 6, right?
Yeah, it got announced like a bit ago, but some hacker leaked it, so they delayed it. They might have even canceled it. I can't remember since all of that shit happened, but it was either delayed, potentially canceled, or it's still under production or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it was officially announced a while back. We could talk about that on our next one, GTA.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we have spent a lot of time playing GTA.
Nico,
I remember you and I sitting in your basement on the Xbox 360. Just every time we died, we would just pass off the controller to the next person and back to the next person. And we would just
absolutely
go. We would do like a mission each, and then we'd cause mayhem, and then we'd pass it off to the next person. So much. And then GTA 5 rolled around, and we actually got to play online with each other at home and not have to worry about all that shit. And I know GTA 4 had online, but I don't remember ever playing it.
Holy fuck.
God, that's a throwback. Holy shit. Let's take a sip to that. To fucking, I ain't got much left.
Cheers, dude. Cheers.
That was like a quarter of a shot left. I hate my life.
Yo, dude, I'm feeling pretty toasty, eh?
Yeah, mine's starting to wear off a little bit, but I definitely hit my peak 30 minutes ago. Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, this has been good. Been good for the first podcast in.
Fucking how many? We're 2 hours? Holy shit. God damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, this has been a lot of fun. Episode 1. Hopefully episode 2 will be not that far away. Hopefully about
No,
2
not
weeks.
at all. Not at all.
2 weeks. Hopefully
Yeah,
we just
yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, we'll be on fucking again, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. We're on everything. If you want to see us behind the scenes doing our own thing, individually, check out our Twitches down below. Um, I'm so excited. This has been great. Oh God. This has been a
we
oh,
gotta
I'm
rate the
burping.
alcohols. We gotta rate the alcohols
Oh
first
yeah, yeah.
before we
No, I'm not stopping.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah,
trying to end it.
we're in the outro phase, but we're in the outro phase of going through everything that we just talked about.
Okay, I thought you
right?
were just trying to end it right there. I was like, hold up.
No, not at all, dude. No,
My
podcast
bad,
outros
my
take a
bad.
second, dude.
My
So
bad.
definitely don't dip, my dudes. Yeah, no, like this has been great. I'm super excited.
Yeah,
Super
absolutely.
thrilled. Seems that we're on a good path. There are a few points. Fuck, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's why I need this shit topped up, like typed up.
There's a couple up and coming games that I kind of want to talk about before we head off. One game that I know you and I in particular had a lot of fun on, is Payday 2 is finally getting a Payday 3. Finally getting another Payday. I know this was announced a while ago. We're very late on the news.
Yeah.
But finally, I am absolutely going to buy it the minute they allow me to pre-order it.
Oh my God,
Honestly.
yes. Yes, Payday is something, dude. Why don't we play Payday 2 after this? Or we play fucking
I can install it. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long.
Or we can play. I downloaded Squad just because I saw you playing it. To be honest.
Yeah, that was fun. It might be a little too toasty.
Oh
for
yeah,
Squad.
Black Ops 2, dude. Black Ops.
I have
2.
zombies. I have zombies installed. Yeah, we can play some. Fuck it, we'll play zombies after this. When we get done recording, we'll play some zombies. You know what, chat? When we get done with this, one of us is probably gonna go live. Fuck it, we'll just join us. Why am I saying join us?
I have Black Ops 2. I actually loaded up the other day. I have Black Ops 2 zombies installed, and I do have all the DLCs. I thought I didn't, but I do have all the DLCs. So I have it downloaded. I'm ready. I want to play it. I'm fucking into it. Like, oh my God, yes.
I also want to point out that I'm still so drunk that I said join us, even though this podcast is going out like a few days from now, and we're about to go live now. Well, so
Saturday.
Make fun of me in the comments, please. Just make fun of all my drunken mishaps in the comments, please.
Yeah, for sure. Please,
seriously.
Like if you're listening to this podcast, I know. I've seen the statistics and shit.
Come to the YouTube and make a comment.
We have about 40 average views still on Spotify, Apple Music, all of that.
I think that's our biggest demographic. No.
Yes, it absolutely is. We do have quite a few viewers still coming in from Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. When you're seeing this, please comment on YouTube or jump in our Discord and tell us what you want to hear, what you want to see, all that kind of good shit. If you want us to throw in some gameplay of something, or you want us to throw in some more shit into the videos or talking topics, like let us know. Guys, like, please let us know. If you want us to drink a specific drink, let us know. I will drink fucking anything. I'm
a little picky on my drinks, but if it sounds good enough, I'll definitely give it a try. Yeah. Whatever. Fuck you.
Please let us know what you want to see, hear, any of that kind of good shit. We're definitely down for some criticism, but also something shit to help us, because at the end of the day, what y'all think is priority to how we improve this podcast.
If y'all don't watch the podcast, simply we have nothing. Without you guys, we are nothing. You guys basically give us a platform to be able to talk, have fun, shoot the shit as brothers as we are. You guys are there to just watch it and enjoy it with us. If you guys disappear, we have nothing. So like, obviously, we want to be able to include you guys in as much stuff as possible. That's why we want, if you guys want a specific alcohol, obviously Michael and I will go out of our way to try it. If I have it in my area, I'll give it a try. If he has it, he'll try it. Or just talking points. If you guys are really excited about like a new game coming up or a new TV show or just anything, if you're excited about anything, we'll have an area on our Discord specifically for talking points. It'll probably just be labeled
Yep.
talking points or something. Just go there, write something out. Just give us a description about what it is, and I'll do my best to research it or look up what I can about it. And we'll definitely try and squeeze it in as we can, and
Absolutely.
we'll do our best. We want you guys to be a part of this as much as we are, essentially.
Absolutely. And if like this is the stage of the podcast where it's like, oh well, I'm not gonna go if you're listening in on someone else, on YouTube. This is the stage where if you were to put in the effort to go and comment or jump on our Discord and say something, we would listen. We absolutely would read it 100%, and we talk about it. So don't think that your comment is minuscule, because it absolutely is not. This is the exact stage where it is vital for you guys to be putting in, be a part of the community, saying something. And if the next episode, if we throw in there like, hey, on our Discord, like, hey, we're starting to record, jump in there, you will be on the podcast. You
Yeah.
will be on the podcast. And if you're not, then it seems like we blew up more than we expected. And we don't have enough time.
I don't know about
So,
that. We'll always try and find a way to make time. I think
for everyone, yeah.
we will always try and find a way to make time. I think that's one thing I will try and say is no matter what, I will always try and fit everything in. I think Mikey can
And
attest to
everyone.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
sure.
always, even it could be middle of the night, I'm just laying in my bed. If I have a good enough idea, I'll pick up my phone and text Mikey the idea. And I'll save it in chat just so that way I have it for later. Or I'll message it on Discord, or I'll pull up our Google Doc and type it out. Just because like I want you guys to essentially experience what we experience too, right? Like this is a community, not just us two buffoons talking to each other on a Discord. Even though that's exactly what it is, I want you guys to feel like it's a lot more than just that. You guys are also the buffoons talking in our Discord with us. You guys are going to be in the bar right beside us, whichever side you guys decide to be on. You guys are right there too. No, that's the whole idea.
Yeah,
And
we
as
want you a part. We want the community and our people to be a part of the podcast. This isn't just our podcast. It's our podcast.
it's the
everyone's
people's
podcast.
podcast, yeah.
Yeah, it's your podcast. So like, please, by all means, jump in here, say something. You have everything you need to say something, to give us some advice, give us some help. So do it. Just do it.
Absolutely.
Like Nike. Just do it.
Can I ask you real quick, what do you rate your alcohol? How drunk are you?
Dude, okay. We're all right. This is the end of it. Listen. Oh shit. I'm like out, bro. So taste, I said 8.5.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
drunkenness with the smoothness, right? I gotta think about it. The flavor, the smoothness, all of that, how drunk it got me. Dude, it's a solid 9. It is a solid 9. I mean,
That's
this
what's
shit
up.
was so easy to drink. It was easy to drink room temp. It was easy to drink cold. It's not frozen, like sitting in the freezer. It's right here. It's been right here the whole time. The cubes I've been grabbing is out of my freezer, but even these aren't cold. Didn't make the drink cold, I mean. As cold as it should be, like in a freezer. Like this shit, oh my god, yeah, solid 9.
Good, yeah.
I am buzzed. I'm not buzzed. I'm drunk, dude.
8.5 taste, 9 drunkenness. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, like this is definitely go check out Bamboo.
Parrot,
absolutely.
Parrot Bay. I got pretty toasty there. I didn't feel like over the top drunk. I've definitely been a lot. Yeah, I hear that. I've definitely been a lot more drunk, but it was fun. It wasn't over the top. I didn't feel like. Okay, let me preface this. I usually throw up. Are you good? You're dying.
The hiccups, bro.
I'm the type of pussy that usually throws up when they drink, but obviously I've been here the entire time. I haven't gone anywhere. So this is if you're not like a super heavy drinker, but you like rum, Parrot Bay might be up your alley. I'd say drunkenness maybe. I gave it a 5.5 out of taste. We'll give it a 6.5 out of drunkenness. Not bad, but not great.
And then look at how much I've drank out of it. 1/3.
Oh, dude,
1/3, bro.
I'm about right there with
what,
you.
750 mils?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we got the same amount. We drank the same amount. I'm feeling fucking amazing.
Hell yeah, dude.
I've been sipping on it since the start. So about 2 hours ago, 2 hours and 10 minutes ago, I've been sipping on it 1/3. And out of 2 hours of 1/3, that's some good shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, we're gonna use this time while he's trying to hiccup and collect himself. I'm gonna use this time to thank you guys for just, if you guys have made it through this far, for sticking around, watching the entire thing. Leave a comment, let us know what you guys thought. Any criticism, constructive, or just telling us to go fuck ourselves, we'll take it.
Yep.
Whatever, right?
You dislike it, it'll help us.
It'll help us. Like it, subscribe, hit that bell. We're gonna be posting, I think, every 2 weeks. I think that's how we have it right now.
Yep.
So for the first couple months, like 3-4 months, we'll just do every other week.
God damn it. Okay.
Is there anything you want to add in the midst of your dying hiccupness?
This has been good. This is a great start, a great beginning to the new podcast.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Definitely check us out on Discord, YouTube, TikTok will be coming up. Is not here yet, but we'll be making a TikTok and making clips. If you are watching a clip right now off of TikTok, this is gonna be a clip on TikTok. This is gonna turn into a TikTok. If you're watching it from TikTok right now, definitely go check out our YouTube, Discord, Spotify, our fucking Apple podcast. Yeah, thank you.
I'm going down the slide. Woo!
Peace out.
Shit. Bye, guys.
Broke his desk. See ya.